NBA player props here on PrizePicks for Friday, January 6th. Before I get started, there's a link in the description below to sign up for PrizePicks, or you can use promo code TUFF to sign up. PrizePicks will match 100% of your first deposit by using that link or using the promo code TUFF. There's a link in the description below for Discord, where the main server is completely free. We do also have the Patreon link in the description below, where I do post all the plays I'm making on PrizePicks for each given sport that I do play. I do also need to mention to you guys that I am not a gambling expert. This is not financial advice at all. Simply just the plays I'm personally looking at making. Hopefully give you guys some insight and analysis to make your own player prop decisions. Take the information I give you, combine it with your own research, and then make your decisions based on that. But let's get into it, you guys. We do have a massive slate here today. I believe 11 games, all 20, or not all, but 22 teams playing tonight. Yesterday's slate was horrendous. If you guys follow NBA religiously, you saw the Clippers-Nuggets game. It was insane, and it really goes to show you can do all the research, feel as confident as possible in a player prop, and a blowout like that can happen where, you know, the Clippers starters didn't even play the second half. Jokic plays 24 minutes. Just absolutely horrendous. The spread, the over-under was like, I think 219, but the spread was like 4. Nuggets were 4-point home favorites. It was insane. But let's get into, you guys, two props that I'm targeting here today, Friday, January 6th. The first one is going to be a PRA prop. We're going to go with LeBron James. Where is he? Over 47.5. Let's sort this by LeBron. We don't want to see Harden right now. LeBron James, over 47.5 PRA here against the Atlanta Hawks. Now, taking a look at LeBron, this game has the highest over-under on the slate at 242.5. Atlanta is 2.5-point away favorites here. Obviously, this game being played in LA, the last game of the night. 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. 242.5 over-under, right? Massive spread, or massive over-under. Taking a look at LeBron, he just played in Atlanta 7 days ago, 1 week ago. LA at Atlanta. LeBron had 66 PRA, 47-10-9, one of his best games of the season. The Lakers did, in fact, win that game too on the road. Great win for the Lakers, by the way. I'm a Laker fan, if you guys did not know that. But 47-10-9, massive game for LeBron. There's going to be no Lonnie Walker, Austin Reeves. Obviously, Anthony Davis is still out. So I think Troy Brown Jr. will probably slide into this starting forward role here for Austin Reeves. Westbrook's still there, Beverly, Schroeder, and Thomas Bryant, who has really been a great compliment to LeBron as of late. But taking back a look at this, LeBron, back-to-back games of 60 or more PRA, 60 against Charlotte, 66 against Atlanta. PRA game log this season without AD, he has hit this in 6 of 10 games, right? Already, all of these, majority of these on the road. I mean, he put up 49, 53, 60, 66 PRA all on the road against these teams. Again, against Atlanta, 47-10-9, 66 PRA against Atlanta already. Atlanta presents a great matchup for LeBron. If we take a look here against power forwards, which is the position LeBron plays in this offense, 50.1 fantasy points, the most fantasy points to the power forward position, which just means production versus power forwards is sky high. The third most points to the power forward position, the fifth most rebounds to the power forward position, and the third most assists to the power forward position. So Atlanta is bottom 5, or I guess top 5 in points, rebounds, and assists allowed to the power forward position, which really goes to show, I mean, this wasn't necessarily an outlier, his 66 PRA against Atlanta on the road. They do give up just a ton of production to power forwards. Take a look at this. LeBron had 66 PRA against Atlanta, like I said, and then even 2 days before that, Kevin Durant had 50 PRA against Atlanta, 26, 16, and 8 against the Atlanta Hawks. Even Kevon Looney, Draymond Green had 29 PRA. So it's a great matchup for LeBron. If we take a look here, 2 top 10 teams in pace. Atlanta is 4th in pace, and the Lakers are 10th in pace over the last 10 games. If we take a look at defensive rating as well, Lakers 5th worst defensive rating. Atlanta is the 9th worst defensive rating in the NBA over the last 10 games. LeBron, over the last 10 games, averaging 12.5 potential assists to go along with 10.9 potential rebounding chances. That is 23 potential R plus A for LeBron. We know he's going to score. His points line is set at 32.5 here. At home, LeBron has been scoring the ball, obviously, pretty consistently, pretty efficiently since AD's been out. Obviously, he's chasing that scoring record here. I just love this play tonight against Atlanta. Highest over-under on the day. Fast-paced matchup. LeBron already cooked this team for 66 PRA. We have this line, I think it's soft, honestly, at 47.5 here for him at home. This is the first play I'm taking is LeBron James over 47.5 PRA. Second play I'm targeting is a first half prop here, and you guys know where I'm going with this one, maybe, I don't know. But Brook Lopez over 14.5 fantasy score in the first half. Now, This has literally been a super profitable play all season long. Centers against the Charlotte Hornets fantasy, especially defensive-minded centers. Brook Lopez, you can see, taking a look at his last 5, he's missed. He's only hit this twice over his last 5 here, which again, if you're just new to betting, you can't just go based on last 5, right? You can't go based on last 5, and you can't go based on matchups versus the team a year ago, 2 years ago. Teams are completely different year to year. But Brook Lopez here, if we take a look at this, right, his fantasy score game log this season, right, let's just break it down by this season, okay? Fantasy score game log this season, right, we need 14.6, okay? He's hit this numerous times, right? You can see here, this is a FanDuel fantasy line, which is equal to the scoring system at PrizePicks. He's faced Charlotte earlier this season on the road, and he had 22 fantasy points, right? And he did that with only 3 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists, because in that first half, he had 5 blocks. 5 blocks against the Charlotte Hornets. Now, the Charlotte Hornets against centers, right? Ton of fantasy production. The most fantasy points to centers in the NBA, Charlotte Hornets allow. And they also allow the most blocks in the NBA to centers. 3 blocks per game to centers. Charlotte Hornets are giving up 2 centers. 3 blocks per game, right? They give up the 5th most points to centers, the most rebounds to centers. I guess this is essentially the 4th most assists to centers, which doesn't really matter here, but the most blocks per game. Blocks on PrizePicks for fantasy purposes are 3 points. Okay, Brook Lopez gets 3 blocks in the first half. That's already 9 fantasy points for him here. Going back to this, Brook Lopez, right? This game is at home. If we sort this to at home here, just look at the numbers. Look at the hit rate for Brook Lopez at home fantasy score first half, right? We need 14.8. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 games. He's only missed this in 15 of 20 times at home. He's hit the over on this 14.5 fantasy score line. He gets the best possible matchup you can possibly get for centers. Like literally the best matchup you can get. Look at centers first half fantasy score game log versus the Hornets this season. Look at this. It's insane, right? Zoop. Look at this. This is just like the earliest game here is 12-11. So less than a month. This is in the last month, or I guess 12-9. So yeah, this is today, January 6th. This isn't, or I guess 12-7. 12-7. This is from 1 month. In 1 month, look how many centers have hit the over on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 12 different centers have hit the over on this. This is first half fantasy score, guys. Sabonis 42, Embiid 40, Jokic 40, Steven Adams 27, Mitchell Robinson 25, Claxton 23, Nurkic 22, Claxton 20, Jaren Jackson Jr. 20, Duren 19.5, Thomas Bryant 18.4, Zubac 14.7, right? And take a look at the blocks. I mean, Mitchell Robinson, Claxton both had 3, Claxton, Jackson Jr. both had 2, right? And guess who leads the NBA in blocks? Brook Lopez, leading the NBA in blocks, 2.6 per game. It's a great matchup, and I think, honestly, a little bit too low at 14.5, in my opinion here. We take a look at fantasy points per minute here for Brook Lopez, sitting at 1.25 fantasy points per minute. He is averaging at home around 16, 17 fantasy minutes per game in that first half. The injuries here for the Milwaukee Bucks, it's looking like Holiday's going to play. Middleton is going to be out here. I guess Holiday and Antetokounmpo are both questionable for this game. Are probable. I could see maybe a scenario where Antetokounmpo sits out. I think, let's take a look at this. Consider probable, despite left knee soreness. I mean, this is looking like a blowout, in my opinion. A 9.5 favorites for Milwaukee. That's why I'm targeting first half prop here for Lopez. It's simple, you guys. He leads the league in blocks. The Hornets give up the most blocks in the NBA to centers. The most fantasy points in the NBA to centers. We've seen 12 different centers smash this line already. Brook Lopez earlier this season played Charlotte, had 22 fantasy points. He has 15 for 20. He's hit the over on this 15 and 20 home games this season. Love this play here. These are the 2 plays I'm taking tonight. LeBron James over 47.5 PRA, and then Brook Lopez over 14.5 fantasy score in the first half. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about these 2 plays. Let's have a great day. Drop a like on this video. Hit that subscribe button. And as always, let's cash.